time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it? I am the game, you don't wanna play me. I am control, no way you can shake me. I am heavy debt, no way you can pay me. I am the pain, and I know you can't take me. Look over your shoulder, ready to run like a Cleveland bitch from a smoking gun. I am the game, and I may lose. So move on out, you can die like a fool. Trying to figure out what my move's gonna be. Come on over, sucker, why don't you ask me? Don't you forget.
Think I'm cute, I know I'm sexy, I've got the looks that drives a girl wild. I've got the moves that really move 'em. I said chill, up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy, I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy, I'm not your boy toy. I make them hot, I make them shiver, their knees get weak whenever I'm around. They see me walk, they hear me talk, I make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy, I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy.
I'm here to show the
Good evening, wrestling fans. Gordon Soley here, and along with me, Buddy Colton, tonight we're bringing you some of the greatest wrestling action anywhere in the world, coming here from Florida. This is Championship Wrestling from Florida. We've got a lot of big things coming your way, and we'll be back right after this. All right, we are back here, coming to you from the Sunshine State Hero Television Studios, downtown Tampa. And our opening contest is going to feature one of the members of the Temple of Five, the apparently crumbling Temple of Five as we speak, following the big fallout from the Battle of the Belts. Kevin Sullivan is yet to be seen. We understand that we might be hearing from the Dark Prince himself later sometime this afternoon or evening. We don't know.
Well, you know, the one very interesting thing about the whole thing, Gordon, the way it's worked out. First off, we all saw what happened to Kevin Sullivan in that tremendous Doom match, Temple of Doom match, where he came crashing through the top of that cage and he struck his head hard on those steps that were left inside the ring. But we have not seen him back here anywhere in the Championship Wrestling from Florida territory whatsoever. And there's a lot of speculation going around. We've seen the Temple members kind of starting to splinter off almost onto their own. We're not sure if there even is a Temple of Five anymore.
Well, again, there are many questions to be answered when it comes to that. But right now we're getting a look at one of the members, as far as we know, that is still a member of the Temple of Five, Big Ox Baker, and he's got the heart punch. And he is here for a specific reason, and according to him, he is here to avenge his fallen master, and we'll see if he's capable of doing that or not. He's going to be going one-on-one with the one and only Mike Graham. Of course, Mike Graham was victorious at the Battle of the Belts over Kevin Sullivan, and as such, he has got, and we see a new look right there. The Fallen Angel accompanying Mike Graham.
Well, indeed, we have seen a change in the Fallen Angel since the Battle of the Belts. And we have to believe that Mike Graham's got something to do with that. And we're going to find out, I'm sure, more about that as the night goes on, as the weeks go on. But suddenly she's not in such dark attire, and she doesn't have the satanic look to her that she used to have. Quite honestly, she looks like she's enjoying herself a lot more, too. So we'll have to wait and see what this all means.
All right, well, we're about to find out what's going to happen here between these two men, Mike Graham and Big Ox Baker. Graham wasting no time whatsoever getting started on Ox Baker, who's down. Mike Graham continuing the assault. And thus far, Ox Baker has been able to put together no offense, and he's got the extraordinary size differential. I would dare say strength difference and advantage over Mike Graham, and now he's starting to use that to his advantage, and it's starting to pay off. And now Mike Graham's going to take a roll outside the ring, try to recollect himself. Not a bad idea. Once again, back in the ring, and Ox Baker walking right into a series of right hands by Mike Graham, who's got him tied up in the ropes. Back body drop, sending him over to the apron.
Nice move right there by Mike Graham. Just stunned Big Ox Baker. Now he's going to have to come up with something here.
Well, he brings him down across the knee with that big gut buster, and Ox Baker having the wind driven from his body, perhaps. Oh, he caught Mike Graham and just drove him hard into the canvas.
Well, Ox Baker's definitely going to have that size advantage, no doubt about it, as he shoves him to the ropes. Back out front he comes.
Mike Graham just running into the immovable object that is Ox Baker. And now Mr. Baker once again has got him up, and now look at this. Mike Graham with a headbutt. That's unusual, but it worked. It stunned him, and back into the turnbuckle he goes. Fallen Angel right there watching, seems to be appreciating what she's seeing right now. She actually seems to be backing up Mike Graham. Of course, that was the stipulation, is that if Mike Graham were to win, he would be able to take the Fallen Angel from Kevin Sullivan for 30 days. We are coming quickly to a close on that 30-day mark. Mike Graham continues the assault right here on Big Ox Baker. Now the question is, can he put him away? Oh, he's got him in a small package. He rolls it up. Will that be enough? One. He's got two, and no.
Wow, that was a real close opportunity right there for Mike Graham, and he knows he had Ox Baker in a lot of trouble right there for a moment.
And big back body drop, down goes Mike Graham. Running Bulldog, and Ox Baker going head first into the canvas. Now it is Mike Graham with the Bulldog.
Well, right now Mike Graham is sizing him up. He sees the big man coming up. Let's see what he's got in mind.
Oh, Mike Graham just got caught for his efforts. Deep arm drag by Ox Baker, something we're not used to seeing out of him. Russian leg sweep, nicely done. Mike Graham looking like he's a little bit out of gas right now. He's thrown a lot of offense in the way of Ox Baker, and perhaps... Oh, wait a minute. There it is again. Small package rolls him up. Referee is in position. The shoulders are down, and he got him. Tremendous victory for Mike Graham.
Wow, I'll tell you something right now. Ox Baker, he's going to be shaking his head after that one, I can tell you for sure.
There it was. He was trying to hit him with something there, but he got out of it, and then Ox Baker falls right into the trap. That small package, you see the shoulders flat on the mat. And the Fallen Angel seems to appreciate what she sees. Ox Baker not so happy. We'll be back with more Championship Wrestling from Florida. Stay with us. All right, fans, we are back, and joining us here in the broadcast position at this time is the man who was just victorious moments ago, one and only Mike Graham. And Mr. Graham, very impressive win over Ox Baker, and you have seen a big change of things recently ever since your win over Kevin Sullivan.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Soley. And I'll tell you something right now, that was a tough victory out there because Big Ox Baker, he is a big man, he's a tough man. But I think the point that I want to bring out right now is everybody has seen Fallen Angel. This is not the same person she was when she was with Kevin Sullivan. 30 days just about up, so she's got her alternative. She can do whatever she wants now. One thing she knows is she is not a captive of Kevin Sullivan. She is not the property of Kevin Sullivan. Nobody is her master. She can be her own woman now.
Well, indeed, and Mike Graham has helped her realize that, and we thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take you right now back up to the ring. All right, our next contest is a very special tag team match. We're going to get an opportunity to see father and son in wrestling action here together. Barry Windham and Blackjack Mulligan will be teaming up. Their opponents in the ring at this time, Lou Fabiano and Mr. X.
Well, there's Barry Windham. He's a Florida heavyweight champion. And, of course, Big Blackjack Mulligan, his father, coming down here to ringside. And these two guys, fans here love them very, very much in the Sunshine State.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Barry Windham, of course, the Florida heavyweight champion. Not defending that title here tonight. He's in tag team competition with his father. And speaking of tag team competition, we'll be seeing more of that later on tonight as Steve Kern, formerly of the Fabulous Ones, is looking for new tag team partner opportunities, and he's going to have one tonight. Barry Windham gets things off against Mr. X with a big boot to the head, wasting no time whatsoever. Series of body blows by Barry Windham. Lefts and rights going to the midsection, big uppercut, and down goes Mr. X.
Well, Barry Windham, he's a tough, tough kid, man. I'll tell you, he can do it all. He can brawl with you, he can wrestle with you, he can go high-flying with you. Whatever you want to do, Barry Windham will meet you.
Absolutely. Now Barry Windham bringing Mr. X into the corner, and that's not where he wants to be. Blackjack Mulligan is right there, and he drops the big elbow. The Texan does.
Formerly one half of the Blackjacks with Blackjack Lanza, and I'll tell you what, Mulligan is as tough as the day is long.
Big gutbuster, and now Mr. X really, really taking a barrage of punishment here at the hands of Windham and Mulligan. Now Blackjack Mulligan just got stunned by Mr. X, but only for a moment. Irish whip sends him into the turnbuckle, and now follows him in with a big clothesline. And Blackjack Mulligan in control. Tag mate, here comes Barry Windham, and again the double team has him wide open and exposing the rib cage. Barry Windham playing it up to the fans right now as Mr. X trying just to get enough air in his lungs, I believe, just to get up. He's crawling across the canvas at this point in the match.
Well, Windham is really doing a number on this guy, and finally now Mr. X comes up with something that resembles offense, a belly-to-back suplex. He should have made the tag. That was a huge mistake in my opinion.
Well, Mr. X finally has some offense, and he's got Barry Windham down. The Florida champion is on the canvas, and now Mr. X, I believe, yes, he is going to take advantage of the opportunity and make the tag to Lou Fabiano. Mr. Fabiano, a journeyman in his own right, not a very impressive win-loss record, but that said, he has got a big opportunity right here, no doubt about it. It would be a huge feather in his cap if he were to get a pinfall over the Florida champion, that's for certain. Big drop kick by Barry Windham.
Well, that's what I said earlier on about Barry Windham. He'll fight you any style you want, and you see that high-flying ability. He could hit a drop kick with the very best of them.
Once again, drop toe hold, and again following up with the elbow to the back is Blackjack Mulligan. Mulligan now bouncing the head of Fabiano off the canvas repeatedly. Could not hold him, and now Fabiano with a neck breaker. Fabiano's got him up in the air. Now Mulligan is in trouble. Drop throat first across the top rope, I beg your pardon, and that's going to take some of the starch out of the sails of Blackjack Mulligan. Mr. X comes down and nobody's there.
Mulligan was ready for that one. He had that one well scouted out in advance. He saw what was going to come. He's a wily veteran. You're not going to get a move like that on him.
Tag me, Barry Windham back in the ring, and now boot to the midsection by Windham. Scoop slam, and Barry Windham is in control. Walks right into the back elbow.
Look at Mr. X. He's trying to drop kick. It's not there. Barry Windham with a big boot to the head, and that knocks him clean out.
He is in trouble right now as Mr. X and Barry Windham once again going to work on the body. Florida heavyweight champion having his way right now. Oh, and a big DDT just drove him head first into the mat. And now Barry Windham hits the ropes, and it's the Bulldog. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg, and I believe that's all she wrote.
You saw what Windham did. It was very smart. He took off Lou Fabiano so that he wouldn't be able to come in and make the save, and guaranteed the victory for the Windhams.
Well, it's a one-sided victory, but I'll tell you right now, Blackjack Mulligan and Barry Windham will go toe-to-toe with any team you want to put in front of them. And I would dare say the outcome may be the same. We take a look back at some of the highlights of this match right here, fans.
Well, we saw some double teaming from the Windhams, which of course is all legal within a 5 count. We didn't see any of it from the opposition. And here's the big follow-up to the Bulldog. You see Fabiano on the floor. He's not getting up anytime soon.
Indeed, and there are your victors, Barry Windham and Blackjack Mulligan. Fans, we've got more action still to come right here on Championship Wrestling from Florida. Please stay with us. All right, we're back. Oh, wait a minute. The Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan, is here.
Well, this ought to be very interesting. We have not seen Kevin Sullivan since the Battle of the Belts.
Mike Graham, I've been hearing a lot of different things lately. A lot of people come up to me and they say, Sullivan, what happened at Battle of the Belts? Well, what happened at Battle of the Belts is Mike Graham had the luckiest night of his life. What happened at Battle of the Belts is that the Temple of Doom gave way. And as I spiraled to my ultimate demise, I was able to join with the great Abudadeen. Now the temple has undergone some reconstruction, but believe me when I tell you that I, Kevin Sullivan, am still in control of the dark.
Wait a minute, what's going on here with Ox Baker?
Ox Baker just come out earlier on tonight and lost here to Mike Graham, and now he's coming out here against Kevin Sullivan. He's got, I don't know what he's got on his mind, but Kevin Sullivan, of course, is the man in charge of the Temple of Five, and Big Ox Baker, indeed, a member of the Temple of Five. So we're going to see what's going to happen here.
Look at you. You are a shadow of the man you once were. You talk about leading the Temple of Five. There is no Temple of Five. There is only rubble. You want to tell me about the Temple of Five? I built the Temple of Five, and only I will tell you when it's over. You have proven once again to be unreliable. You losing to Mike Graham with a small package. If you want to talk about a small package, I would look in a mirror if I were you, little man. You want to get up in my face? I don't need you. And I am no longer in the Temple of Five. You don't quit on me. I remove you. And that's what's gonna happen. You want out? You got it. But the state of Florida ain't big enough for both of us. I agree. So next week, you and me in this ring, and the loser leaves the state of Florida. You want it? You got it. But just remember, it's a long fall. Well, if anybody would know, it's you. I will look forward to next week, and I will end the reign of Big Ox Baker. You have to understand something. I taught you everything you know, not everything I know. And next week will be your last lesson.
Well, things turning out to be very interesting here tonight, fans. We'll be back. All right, fans, we are back here with more championship wrestling from Florida. In the ring, the Destroyers, and here comes one half of the tag team that will oppose them. Steve Kern, formerly of the Fabulous Ones.
Well, we all saw what happened between Steve Kern and Stan Lane, and it took place over at the Battle of the Belts, and that was a shocker to everyone. And then last time out here on Championship Wrestling from Florida, Stan Lane losing to Steve Kern, and since then he has left the state of Florida.
Indeed, Steve Kern now in search for a new tag team partner, and he says he's looking around and he's talking to people, and he's got one coming out here tonight in the form of Mike Rotundo, and he knows a little something about tag team wrestling.
No doubt about that. Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham had a great deal of success as a tag team here. And now Mike Rotundo going to be teaming up with Steve Kern, and this should be a very entertaining team to see.
You know, I, for one, am very, very anxious to see these two men in the ring as a tag team and see just how they work together. The Destroyers, a team very capable of pulling off a victory any opportunity they get. We'll see if tonight is that night.
Well, again, Mike Rotundo looks like he is ready for business here tonight.
All right, bell sounds, action underway, and now it is Steve Kern going to work with a big uppercut right off the bat. He stunned him. The Destroyer dazed in the middle of the ring, and now here comes the tag. Double team attempt. Here he is. Irish whip sends him to the ropes. And it is Mike Rotundo following up. Both of these men have been tag team specialists. The question now is, can their two styles complement each other? Another tag made, quick tags being made right now by the team of Kern and Rotundo, which is going to definitely help them as this match progresses. Doesn't do much for the Destroyer. And now the Destroyer with an uppercut, and he stuns Steve Kern, but for just a moment, and Kern right back in control. Tag made, and now Rotundo from the top rope. Look at this. Rocket launcher down across. Tag is made. And now the Destroyer comes right into a big clothesline, and he's in trouble.
Well, right now it is Mike Rotundo and Steve Kern really having the upper hand advantage, I believe, over these two men.
Another quick tag is made, and now, once again, Steve Kern going to work, this time on Destroyer number 2.
Well, I think Steve Kern definitely has something to prove right here. Not only did he do it by beating Stan Lane a week ago, but I think he needs to do it now just for himself to show that he can go and find another tag team partner and have success.
Big clothesline right there by Steve Kern. Of course, the Florida Tag Team Champions, Kendo Nagasaki and the Great Muta. Still many questions to be answered about the current status of the Temple of Five. We know they're no longer 5. Big overhand right, and now look at this. Mike Rotundo catches him with a nice move.
Well, once again, the frequent tags being made back and forth right here by Rotundo and Steve Kern, and nothing being reciprocated on the side of the Destroyers right now. This has been a very one-sided match.
Well, indeed it has, as Steve Kern goes down now. Sleeper hold, he's got him. This may be all she wrote as Steve Kern really cinches it in. It's over. It's all over.
Well, that was a very impressive victory for Steve Kern and Mike Rotundo, I don't mind telling you. Again, we saw the frequent tags being made here, the double team attacks. Destroyers never had an opportunity, and this one is that rocket launcher down across the body.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Steve Kern and Mike Rotundo, they come from two different tag teams that were both considered the best at the time. An interesting pairing right here, and I wonder if we're not going to see a lot more from these two men. There are your winners, Steve Kern and Mike Rotundo. Fans, stay with us. We'll be back with more here from Championship Wrestling from Florida. All right, welcome back, wrestling fans. Once again, Championship Wrestling from Florida, and making his way down to the ring at this time, he is one half of the Florida Tag Team Champions, the Great Muta.
Well, not only is he making his way down to the ring, but noticeable by his absence is Kevin Sullivan, who we now know is in the building here tonight. Now, it makes you, again, wonder what's going on with the Temple.
Well, this young man has had one hell of a run here this season. Most impressive, to say the least, the Great Muta. And he's going to be challenged here tonight as he goes up against the one and only Kendall Windham.
That's right. We saw Kendall Windham's father, Blackjack Mulligan, early, and his brother, the Florida Heavyweight Champion, Barry Windham, earlier on the tag team match. They were victorious. Now the question is, can Kendall pick it up and keep the family win streak alive here tonight?
I'll tell you one thing, this young man knows how to take care of business, and he's going to prove it here tonight, I am sure. Bell sounds, action underway, and these two young bucks coming together right now in the middle of the ring. And it is Muta with a butterfly suplex on Kendall Windham.
Well, Muta, of course, bringing not just professional wrestling strategies, but those of the martial arts from the land of the rising sun over here with him. And he's a totally different style of wrestler than Kendall Windham's used to. He's dealt with guys like Ron Bass quite a bit. He's even had some, run-ins with guys like Ox Baker, big, tough, strong men. He's had some wrestling matches with guys like Sam Houston, but this guy right here, he's a totally different animal, and I'm not sure exactly how Kendall Windham at this young stage of his career is ready for this style, but we're going to find out.
Tremendous Northern Light suplex right there by Kendall Windham. Almost gave him an opportunity there, but he wasn't able to hang on to it. And now look at Muta spinning around. Oh, what a devastating shot to the face.
Boy, that kick really caught him hard, right in the face like you said, and that's trouble right now. Windham's in a lot of trouble.
Tremendous snapping suplex, and now Muta once again in control as he goes to work on the head and neck of Kendall Windham.
Yeah, if I'm Kendall Windham right now, I might want to get outside the ring and just kind of regaining my senses a little bit, and that's not happening though, and Muta continues to deal out the punishment.
Indeed he does, and now Kendall Windham starting to get to that point where there it is. That handspring elbow, and we've seen that plenty of times from Muta, and that's normally the beginning of the end. He's going to go up to the top rope, and if he hits with what I think he's going to do, it's all over.
There it is, that big moonsault, and you don't get up from that one.
I believe it's over. No, Kendall Windham managing to kick out.
Unbelievable. It's the first time I've seen anybody kick out of that here. Now the question is, can Kendall Windham draw some sort of momentum from that, or is it just delaying the inevitable? Because right now it still seems like Muta's got his number.
Well, now Muta taking him up to the top rope. That backfires on him as Kendall Windham with a cross-body press couldn't hold on for the pin. And now Windham using some kicks of his own. Ramming the knee into the shoulder and the chest of the great Muta.
Well, you know what they say, styles make fights, and right now, the style of Muta has been a little bit more than Kendall Windham seemingly has been able to handle. Look at that tremendous move right there.
Oh, and I can't believe he kicked out of that one. Compressing the vertebrae with that cradle suplex. And now Muta signaling that the end may be near, and I've got to believe he may be right.
Windham had to pull himself back up to the corner, and there it is again, that back elbow from the handspring, and if he does it again, there's no way you kick it out of two of them.
Oh, he's not going to go for the moonsault this time. He just hooks the leg. He thinks he's got him, and he doesn't. I got to understand the confusion by Muta right now. How is this man still up? But he had the opportunity. Windham staggering to his feet, and now look at Muta. Oh, tremendous move with a bridge.
That's going to be it.
No, once again, somehow Kendall Windham managing to survive.
You know, I don't know what Kendall Windham's thought process is right now, but I'm having a hard time thinking of how he's going to come out of this thing alive with the amount of punishment he's taking. I mean, I give credit for him being able to kick out of some of those maneuvers, but I don't know that it's the smartest thing for him to do, because it really seems like this match has been pretty one-sided.
Nice move right there by the great Muta, proving he's got plenty of tricks up his sleeve. Now going for the cover on him. Does not hook the leg and does not get the 3 count.
Yeah, no matter how badly you've been beating him up, you've got to hook the leg if you're going to pin Kendall Windham.
Now Kendall Windham with a snap suplex on Muta. And now Windham firing up, trying to get the crowd going. Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes. And now Kendall Windham just stunned him. Here's the Bulldog. He got him.
Oh, he hooks the leg, and he's going to have an upset.
Here's 1, 2, and no, he doesn't get him.
Oh, that would have been a huge upset after the beating Kendall Windham has taken here tonight, but he almost got him. And that just shows you it's not over. Kendall Windham not down yet.
Kendall Windham continuing to go to work on the arm of Muta. Our first look at Muta going one-on-one with anyone. No Oliver Humperdink, no Kevin Sullivan, no Fallen Angel. Just Muta on his own.
Yeah, doesn't even have his tag team partner at ringside.
Big Texas Lariat now. Kendall Windham hooking the leg. Will that be enough? No, sir.
Well, both of these men have taken the best that their opposition has to throw out there, and they both survived it. And now look at this, the family heirloom.
Indeed it is. He's got the claw hold on him. The referee is asking Muta if he gives it up. Muta fighting it off right now, but will it be enough? The shoulders are down, and Muta has survived.
Well, this went from being a one-sided match to being a coin flip. It could go either way for either of these two men. And I, for one, am going to be very curious to see who wins this one. Tremendous match.
Windham stunned by the back elbow now. Muta sprays the eyes with that green mist, and that could be the advantage he's been waiting for. Windham fighting his way out of it. The Bulldog.
What a move by Kendall Windham after getting blinded by the green mist.
1, 2, and no, he still can't get him.
Unbelievable. What a nice series that was right there. First the mist to the eyes, it looked like it was over. Muta was going for that butterfly bridge he did earlier. Windham managed to counter out of it and then hit with the Bulldog, and I thought for sure that was going to be all she wrote.
Now it is Kendall Windham. He's got a figure 4 leg lock on him. But Muta was too close to the ropes, and he was able to get the break. Windham had him up, couldn't hold him, and now Muta planting Kendall Windham face first into the canvas, and now once again, the Pearl of the Orient watching on, goes from behind, and once again Kendall Windham has what it takes to avoid. I'll tell you something, these two men have really thrown everything out the window here. A short DDT, and he thinks he's stunned them enough. Windham hooks a leg. Is it enough? No. I tell you something, man, I don't know what one of these guys has got to do in order to get a pinfall.
Well, they're probably asking each other the same question. Look at it. Oh, once again, he's going to go for the figure 4 leg lock, and this time he's not near the ropes.
Muta is in trouble, but will it be enough? He's got to turn this thing over, and he does.
Well, of course, by turning it over, that puts all the pressure on the person applying the hold, which was Kendall Windham. He had to release. He had no choice. Otherwise, he'd risk injury to himself.
Stuns Muta once again, and another Bulldog, and that one nailed him. He hooks the leg. And he got him. What a win for Kendall Windham.
That was one hell of a match right there, fans. I'll tell you, you don't see too many that way.
The handspring, back elbow finding its mark. I thought the match was over right there with that cradle suplex, but he couldn't hold him. And there, the big Bulldog by Kendall Windham.
Well, that is indeed a huge victory for this young man, Kendall Windham. And who knows, maybe he'll find a tag team partner of his own and go after the tag team titles.
We'll be back right after this, fans. Stay with us. All right, fans, it is time for our main event. Last time out, superstar Billy Graham was upset.
Well, he was on the losing end of that match featuring the one-man gang and Tyree Pride. Oliver Humperdink says, you better take out the one-man gang here tonight.
Well, that is the goal right here. Superstar Billy Graham getting ready to go up against the one-man gang and prove that he belongs in the house of Humperdink. And we see Sir Oliver Humperdink bringing up the rear, so to speak, if you would. And now, wait a minute. What's going on here? From behind, Cowboy Von Bass. What is he doing? Superstar Billy Graham and Ron Bass now going at it. Superstar Billy Graham is being attacked by Ron Bass.
Well, we saw what happened to one-man gang when he was excommunicated from the house of Humperdink, and perhaps that's what's happening here.
It was supposed to be the one-man gang, and instead it is the outlaw Ron Bass who has come out here. And again, down goes superstar Billy Graham. The superstar is in trouble. Back body drop though, and Graham just got Ron Bass.
Well, Oliver Humperdink is here now ringside as well. We're going to see what's going on. But it appears that Billy Graham perhaps is no longer in the house of Humperdink. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. There it is. He just hit Humperdink. Billy Graham one more time coming outside the ring. What's this referee going to do here? I think he wants to start a match. Maybe it'll be Ron Bass instead of the one-man gang now. That's it. We're going to make this match right here, right now. I am still confused as to what's going on here, but I believe superstar Billy Graham may have been removed by Oliver Humperdink after the losses
Well, we've seen him do it before, so there's no surprise if he's doing it again here now.
Billy Graham being thrown into the steps over and over again. Now you see it. Humperdink was giving instructions to Ron Bass. Billy Graham has him up in the air. Can he hold him? No. Superstar Billy Graham goes from behind. He's got that rear naked chokehold on him. Reverse chin lock.
Well, Superstar Billy Graham, he's a former World Heavyweight Champion, so Ron Bass is not going to have any easy walkthrough here, but Superstar Billy Graham completely submarined by Oliver Humperdink and Ron Bass in this one.
What a move right there by the Superstar. He called him one. He's got two, and he kicks out the back door. Shoulder tackle, and now Ron Bass. What's he gonna do?
Well, Ron Bass, he's outside the ring right now, and you know he's not happy with things the way they are. Now he comes in, he's got a steel chair with him.
He's got him up. What's he gonna do? Back body drop, and Superstar Billy Graham getting the advantage right here on Ron Bass.
German suplex perfectly executed right there by Superstar Billy Graham, and he continues to do the knob.
Well, he was submarined on this match, but he has managed to come back and become all but victorious. Well, now Ron Bass able to get a shot in there. Oh, Ron Bass, he's got the claw. He's got it in there. Superstar Billy Graham is in trouble. The Superstar trying to fight his way out of it, and he does.
I'll tell you, it's not an easy thing to do, Ron Bass. He's got that claw hold, and he's very, very lethal with that hold. He knows how to do it. We saw Kendall Windham try it earlier tonight. We know Blackjack Mulligan is the master of the claw hold.
Oh, and now Superstar Billy Graham has been busted wide open. And follows it up with a back body drop. Both men now heading back. Where are they going? They're here in the aisle. Back body drop again. They are fighting in the aisle. And there's a devastating neck breaker, and both men are down.
Well, that's how bad this has been, the physicality of this thing. Ron Bass just barely now up to his feet. Superstar Billy Graham trying to get to his feet.
And now Superstar Billy Graham outside the ring, and he's counted out. There's your winner, Ron Bass.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. Kevin Sullivan was shown that he has no loyalty to anybody. Superstar Billy Graham thought he was coming down here to fight the one-man gang. Instead, it turned out to be Cowboy Ron Bass, a member of his own stable, no less, who comes out and attacks him.
No honor among thieves, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see what this all means in the big picture of things down the line, but for right now, it appears Superstar Billy Graham may no longer be welcome in the house of Humperdink. Until next time, for Buddy Colt, this is Gordon Soley saying so long, everyone.